So after the wedding, after the kiss, after the confrontation with my cousin where she told me she only married him just to watch him suffer and that I am entwined in her little game of power play, I left that bridal suite completely silent. I walked out calmly. I fixed my lipstick. I toasted to their future, smiled for the photos, hugged guests goodbye, and acted like I didn't feel like I was being threatened behind closed doors. Because I had a thought, a dangerous one. She thinks I've already lost, and that is her first mistake. The groom and I were still messaging after the wedding, after everything, but it wasn't romantic anymore. It was more just habit. I guess it was somebody to relate to because it felt like we were the only two people who knew what she was like. So it was more small talk now, little check-ins, nothing deep, nothing meaningful. But I kept replying until one night I got a call. It was a no-caller ID, but I picked up anyway. And it was her, my cousin. She said one line to me: "You will always be the cousin that fucked the groom." And I didn't speak. I just listened. And then I disappeared. I didn't post. I didn't message anybody back. No drama, no rage, no tearful goodbyes. I just disappeared. And then 3 months later, I showed up at the next family function with my new man. I mean, he was just somebody that I'd been seeing casually. It was nothing serious, but it didn't need to be. It just needed to look serious. So we walked in hand, kissing and whispering to each other. And I swear to God, I watched the colour drain from her face as she realised she didn't own me anymore. I didn't want her husband. I didn't care about the drama. And without that anchor, without that leverage, she had nothing. Later that night, she cornered me. Her eyes were narrowed and her voice was bitter, and she said to me, "This changes nothing." I smiled, tilted my head and said, maybe. Maybe I will always be the cousin who fucked the groom. And maybe you will always be the woman who had to trap him to keep him. And then I just turned around and left her standing there, in her designer dress, in her loveless marriage, holding on to a man who was never even hers to begin with. And that is what it looks like when you take your power back.